Ozzy Osbourne, the legendary Prince of Darkness, is preparing for what could be his final bow with Black Sabbath on July 5 in Birmingham. But while fans get ready to bid farewell to one of heavy metal's most iconic voices, Liquid Death has cooked up a plan to keep the Ozman alive in ways no one expected. In a partnership that only makes sense in the world of metal madness, Liquid Death is offering fans a limited edition keepsake that might just hold the future of Ozzy himself, his DNA. That's right, Ozzy's spit, captured in the crushed remains of iced tea cans. The concept sounds like something straight out of a sci-fi fever dream. Liquid Death handed Ozzy 10 cans of their vitamin B-infused iced tea. He chugged them down, and when he did, he left behind trace amounts of his DNA, his actual saliva, on each can. These aren't just ordinary collectibles. These are biological time capsules. And now, for the sum of $450, fans can own one of these limited edition aluminum relics, sealed and authenticated with Ozzy's personal signature. Each can is a tiny shrine to the madness and genius of heavy metal's most notorious frontman. Liquid Death didn't stop at selling spit. In a semi-satirical infomercial worthy of Spinal Tap, they dared the world to imagine a future where cloning technology and federal law make it possible to resurrect Ozzy again and again. Why stop at one Ozzy when you could have an army of them? Mowing your lawn, singing your kids to sleep, cooking your breakfast, only to smash the kitchen in a fit of rock and roll rebellion. Ozzy himself isn't just on board with this madness. He's egging it on. In a press statement laced with trademark sarcasm and chaos, he challenged the world, "Clone me, you bastards." It's the kind of statement only Ozzy could make sound both hilarious and ominous. But behind the humor lies a bittersweet reality. Less than 3 weeks remain before the world watches Black Sabbath take the stage one last time at Birmingham's Villa Park. The "Back to the Beginning" concert promises a send-off worthy of metal royalty. The lineup for this monumental event reads like a who's who of heavy music history. Metallica, Slayer, Pantera, Tool, Gojira, Lamb of God, Mastodon, Guns N' Roses. And that's just the start. There's also a one-time-only supergroup performance bringing together members of Korn, Ghost, Smashing Pumpkins, Limp Bizkit, Disturbed, Sleep Token, and more. It's the kind of event metal fans will tell their grandkids about. Ozzy won't just be reuniting with his Black Sabbath bandmates. He's also slated to tear through selections from his legendary solo catalog. Expect to hear the songs that defined generations and inspired countless headbangers around the world. As for the spit cans, they've already become the talk of the metal world. Fans are rushing to Liquid Death's website, eager to grab a piece of Ozzy's DNA-infused legacy before they're gone forever. But the question remains, what will people do with these cans? Will they proudly display them on their shelves, like holy relics of rock history? Or will some mad scientist somewhere, someday, crack one open and start the cloning process? Liquid Death, of course, has ideas. Maybe your cloned Ozzy can be your gardener, or your babysitter, or your personal concert performer every Saturday night. Maybe they'll form their own clone metal band, Black Sabbath 2.0, featuring nothing but Ozzy's on every instrument. Chaos. Absolutely. Hilarious. Without a doubt. This isn't the first time Liquid Death has embraced absurd, metal-fueled marketing. But teaming up with Ozzy Osbourne, a man whose life story reads like a Hollywood epic of excess and survival, might just be their wildest stunt yet. Fans are laughing, debating, and, of course, opening their wallets. Whether they see the cans as a joke, a collector's dream, or a chance at immortality, one thing is clear: the Prince of Darkness still knows how to make headlines. For Ozzy, this is just another chapter in a life that has defied all expectations. From bat-biting controversies to reality TV stardom, he's never stopped surprising the world. And now, even his DNA is part of the legend. On July 5, as Sabbath takes the stage in their hometown, it'll be more than a concert. It'll be a celebration of a legacy that reshaped the sound and culture of music forever. But thanks to Liquid Death, it might also be the beginning of something far stranger. A world where the voice of Iron Man echoes on through science, technology, and a little bit of iced tea-induced madness. Some will call it marketing genius. Others will call it blasphemy. But Ozzy just calls it rock and roll. And somewhere down the line, when cloning becomes reality and some scientist dares to bring him back, the world might just find itself face to face with a brand new Ozzy, wild, unpredictable, and immortal. Until then, fans can take home their little piece of history, and maybe a little piece of the future, sealed in aluminum and priced at $450. Because if there's one thing metalheads know, it's that legends never really die. They just get louder. And maybe, with a little science, a lot of tea, and a dash of madness, they get cloned too. You can grab your can now. Or wait for the clones to show up at your doorstep, asking if you've got any bats handy. Either way, the legacy of Ozzy Osbourne is alive and well, and ready to rock for generations to come. Clone him, you bastards.